pieces you've written, actually, on income inequality in the Wall Street Journal, a piece that didn't get the attention some of us thought maybe it deserved. You think this is a very big issue for us?
I think it's a huge issue, but I think that I think we'll move in the right direction on that over time. I mean, we have an enormously rich economy, David. I mean, well over 50,000 of GDP per capita. It's 6 times in real terms what it was when I was born. Imagine that, one person's lifetime, 6 for one. And, I mean, it blows your mind. And if you told my parents in 1930 when I was born that there'd be this amount of poverty and everything in a country that had grown like that, they would have laughed you.
And a growing disparity. It's not like it's coming together.
No,
it's going the other way.
It needs to be addressed because the natural forces of a market economy and capitalism will drive that disparity unless government does things to help. And government has done things to help over the years, but it needs to do more.
Well, and you think earned income tax credit is the way to go for us instead of increasing minimum wage?
Yeah, no, increasing the minimum wage, it's nice if you get it, but it also leaves lots more people unemployed. The clearing system for labor is going to leave a lot more people out at $15 an hour than where it is now. But the real thing people need, if you're poor, is not a higher minimum wage. They need money.
Right.
And if they're willing to work, the earned income tax credit's the way to go.
Well, tell me about organized labor and whether it could play a role in this. The president, is going to have a summit in October on income inequality, and he certainly is including, not exclusively, but including organized labor. And I come from Flint, Michigan. My grandfather was there for the labor rights in the 30s. And the fact is, UAW perhaps went to some successes, but it really helped the workers participate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so for the 50s and 60s, now maybe that doesn't work now, but what do you think about organized labor?
Well, organized labor, I mean, there's no question that in certain industries the workers are doing better than they would have done otherwise. And it's had some excesses some places too. But the real problem isn't the people who fit in well, which generally the people in organized labor do with our present system. It's the people whose skills just don't command much of a market price. And you can have them all organized, and it wouldn't do any good in terms of making their skills worth a whole lot more in this economy. But they are entitled. If the best they could do is be a cleaning lady, God bless them. They should have a reasonable life in a country that's prosperous. And if you say the minimum wage is $15 an hour, my cleaning lady is probably not going to have a job. But if you say we're going to change the earned income tax credit so that if you work 40 hours, you're going to have the income of a person that makes $15 an hour, that can be accomplished.
That skills disparity takes us back to education.
Part of it.
Because if you look at OECD numbers, at least, it's not so much that U.S. education has gotten worse, it's just the rest of the world's gotten a lot better.
A lot better.
As the demands have gone up in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And so what can we do about education? That has to be part of it.
You want everybody educated to their potential. You want people to reach their potential. That still won't work for some people in a highly developed market system. I mean, if this were a sports-based system, you could give me a PhD in football, and I could practice 8 hours a day, and I might be able to carry the water, from not onto the field, but from the locker room to the bench. I mean, there's just some people don't fit well into a highly skilled market-based economy. They're perfectly decent citizens. We'll send them off to Afghanistan, but they are not going to command a big price. You still want them to get the most out of their abilities. But if their abilities leave them unable to earn much more than the poverty level, we ought to do something additional for them. We've got the resources.